You are staring into the darkest, emptiest part of the night sky. No stars, no light. But what if I told you that emptiness is moving toward us at hundreds of thousands of miles an hour? It isn't a black hole, and it isn't a dead moon. It is an entire planet. No sun, no light, just a frozen, invisible world rocketing through the pitch-black void. We used to think these were cosmic myths, but astronomers just realized a terrifying truth. There are more of these wandering planets hiding in the dark than there are stars in the sky. And right now, one of them could be entering our solar system. Welcome to the terrifying reality of rogue planets. A normal planet is like a dog on a leash. Gravity ties it to a star. It runs in circles, predictable, warm, and safe. Earth has been running the same safe circle for 4 billion years. But a rogue planet is a world off the leash. For centuries, we stared at the Milky Way and counted the lights. Roughly 100 billion stars. We thought that was the map of the universe. We were wrong. Recent infrared data reveals that hiding in the shadows between those stars are an estimated 2 trillion rogue planets. Think about that math. For every single star shining in the night sky, there are 20 frozen, invisible worlds wandering blindly through the abyss. The space between the stars isn't empty. It is a crowded highway with no speed limits and no headlights. The Milky Way is a graveyard of wandering worlds. But if they are pitch black, how do we even know they are out there? You can't hunt a ghost by looking for it. You look for the distortion it leaves behind. Because these planets are so massive, their gravity literally bends the fabric of space. When one of these invisible worlds passes perfectly in front of a distant star, it acts like a giant magnifying glass. The star's light violently warps and spikes for just a few days. We see a literal glitch in reality, and then the ghost vanishes back into the dark. This isn't just theory. In 2013, astronomers caught one. PSOJ 318.5-22, a massive rogue planet floating freely through space, just 80 light-years away from us, drifting in total silence. But a frozen dead rock is just a rock. The real nightmare is that some of these wandering graves aren't dead at all. When a planet loses its sun, it plunges into eternal night. The surface drops to near absolute zero. The atmosphere itself collapses, freezing into a solid blanket of nitrogen snow. But ice is a phenomenal insulator. If a rogue planet has a thick enough outer shell, it acts like a planetary thermos, trapping immense heat deep inside its core. We see this in our own solar system with moons like Europa and Enceladus, which hide vast liquid oceans under miles of ice. Miles beneath that black frozen surface, heated by the friction and radiation of its own core, massive liquid oceans can exist in absolute darkness. Protected from the freezing vacuum of space by a ceiling of solid ice, liquid water flows. And where there is water and heat, there can be life. Imagine an entire ecosystem that has never seen light. Blind, bioluminescent creatures swimming in a sunless sea, feeding on the chemicals of volcanic vents. They have no concept of day or night. They have no concept of stars or space. They are locked inside a wandering prison, moving endlessly through the void, completely unaware that the rest of the universe even exists. But how does a world get banished into the dark in the first place? Nothing is born in the dark. A rogue planet begins its life just like Earth, warm, orbiting a young star. But the early days of a solar system are a cosmic war zone. Gas giants like Jupiter act like gravitational bullies. If a smaller planet slightly crosses paths with a giant, the immense gravity acts like a slingshot. It's the cosmic equivalent of being hit by a massive freight train on a highway, sending you spinning off the road into a dark, endless forest where you can never find your way back. Torn away from its mother star at hundreds of thousands of miles per hour, the planet is banished forever. They were kicked out by giants. And now, they wander. Which brings us to a terrifying mathematical certainty for our own planet. Because we can't see them, we wouldn't see one coming until it was right on our doorstep. Right now, a rogue planet the size of Jupiter could be crossing the outermost edge of our solar system. If it entered, It wouldn't even need to collide with Earth to end humanity. Its gravity alone is a weapon of mass destruction. The nightmare begins long before the planet reaches us. The edge of our solar system is surrounded by the Oort cloud, a giant shell made of billions of icy comets. As the rogue planet smashes through it, its gravity would violently scatter those comets, sending thousands of them raining down toward Earth in a devastating cosmic bombardment. And then, the rogue planet itself arrives. As it passes by, it could disrupt Earth's perfect orbit. It could drag us inward, plunging Earth into the sun. Or, more chillingly, it could slingshot us outward. It could steal us from the sun entirely, turning Earth itself into a rogue planet. What would happen to you if Earth was ripped from its orbit today? The timeline of our demise is terrifyingly precise. Day 1. As Earth is pulled away, the sun would shrink in the sky, becoming nothing more than a bright, distant star. The sky would permanently turn black. Global panic sets in as temperatures plummet rapidly. Week 1. The global temperature drops below freezing everywhere. The surface of the oceans begins to turn to slush. Without sunlight, photosynthesis stops completely. The base of the global food chain collapses. The plants die. The forests freeze. Month 1. The average global temperature hits minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The oceans freeze solid on the surface, sealing the marine life beneath a tomb of ice. Major cities are buried under feet of permanent snow. The power grids fail as infrastructure cracks under the extreme cold. Year 1. Earth reaches minus 100 degrees. The atmosphere itself begins to change. The water vapor freezes and falls to the ground. Soon, the carbon dioxide freezes, falling as dry ice snow. Year 10. The temperature approaches minus 350 degrees. The oxygen and nitrogen in the air freeze solid, burying the dead cities of Earth under 30 feet of frozen atmospheric snow. The surface of Earth is entirely silent, a dead, white marble hurtling through the pitch-black void. The only survivors would be small pockets of humanity huddled deep underground, living in bunkers clustered around geothermal vents, desperately clinging to the dying heat of Earth's core. But over thousands of years, as we adapt to the absolute darkness, we wouldn't be human anymore. We would become the very aliens we talked about earlier. Blind creatures, trapped under miles of ice, swimming through a sunless world, traveling endlessly through a universe we can no longer see. Earth would become just another ghost in the dark. We feel safe on our island of light because the sun rises every morning. But the universe is full of monsters wandering in the dark, and gravity shows no mercy. Right now, trillions of lost worlds are moving in the silence, and one day, one of them might just find us. If you made it this far into the dark, comment rogue so I know you survived. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the other videos on my channel. See you in the next one.